ever made a decision based on what other people might think of you? Maybe you stayed silent instead of saying what you really felt. Maybe you said yes when you wanted to say no. Or maybe you gave up on something you wanted because you were afraid of being judged. The courage to be disliked is written as a conversation between a young man and a philosopher across 5 nights. The philosopher challenged the young man's beliefs about the past, relationships, happiness, and freedom. And it all begins with one radical idea. The past doesn't have to determine your future. The first night, the night trauma. The young man believes that our past experiences determine who we become. But the philosopher introduced Alfred Adler's idea of technology. Instead of only asking, what caused me to become this way, we can ask, what purpose does my behavior serve? The book famously states, trauma doesn't exist. The point isn't that painful experiences aren't real. It's that we don't have to treat our past as an unchangeable explanation for our present. Two people can experience something similar and still choose completely different ways of living. The past happened, but what we do with it now is still a choice. The second night, all problems are interpersonal problems. The young man believes his problems come from his personality and circumstance. The philosopher argues many of our problems are actually interpersonal problems. Think about jealousy, comparison, rejection, and the need for approval. We constantly ask, am I better than them? Do they like me? What do they think of me? This creates what Adler calls an inferiority feelings. Feeling inferior isn't necessarily a problem. It can motivate us to improve. The problem comes when we turn it into an inferiority complex. When we use our perceived weakness as a reason to stop trying. You have to live your own life. The third night, from power struggle to the separation of tasks. One of the most important concepts in the book is the separation of tasks. Ask yourself, whose task is this? Your choices are your task. Other people's opinions about those choices are their task. You can choose your path, but you can't control how everyone will react to it. This is where the book connects freedom with the courage to be disliked. If you live your entire life trying to gain approval, you are allowing other people's expectations to determine your choices. The philosopher's message is simple. You aren't living your life for other people. The fourth night. Where is the center of the world? The book then moves from individual freedom to human connection. Adler believed that people need a sense of belonging. We don't only need success. We need to feel that we have a in the world and that we can contribute to others. This is why the book introduces idea of community feeling. Instead of constantly asking, what can I get from other people, we can ask, what can I contribute? And this changes the way we see relationships. Someone being better than you at something doesn't make them more valuable than you. And being better than someone else doesn't make you more valuable either. Different doesn't mean superior or inferior. The fifth night, the courage to be happy. Finally, the young man asked the most important question. If we stop living for other people's approval, then how should we live? The philosopher's answer leads to other central idea. Happiness is connected to contribution. When you feel that you being a community and that your experience can be useful to others, you being to develop a sense of worth. And this is also where the book talks about living in the here and now. We often postpone happiness when I become successful, when I make more money, when everything is finally right. But life doesn't begin after we reach our goals. Life is happening now. And finally we return to the title. Having the courage to be disliked doesn't mean becoming selfish or careless. It means accepting that you can't control everyone's opinions of you. Some people may disagree with you, some people misunderstand you, some people may disagree with you, some may misunderstand you, some may not like your choices, because the moment you try to make everyone like you, you stop living according to your own values. Maybe freedom isn't the ability to everyone approve of you. Maybe freedom is being able to say, this is my life and I choose how to live it. So, here's the question. If you know that nobody would judge you, what would you change about your life? Tell me in the comments.